What's up, everybody? My name is Astonishing Pix, and welcome to another review. And today I am reviewing the Figma Tears of the Kingdom Link figure. And I have to say, guys, when I first got this guy, or when I first started playing the game, I honestly couldn't wait until somebody would release a figure of this guy. Of course, I think it was either Jack Specific or Spin Mess. I'm not really sure, but I did see that they did release some figures, but it kind of looked a little bit lackluster. So I saw that Figma was going to release this guy, and I did like what I was seeing, of course, from the promo pics and stuff like that. Now, a lot of the stuff that I saw was mostly the DX version, so this is the regular version, I believe. Still pretty good. I think the MSRP is about 67 USD. That's before tax, I guess, or yeah, before tax or shipping. So just keep a note of that. I think the DX version runs you about like 90 or a little bit less, but it does come with much more stuff if you guys are into that. But anyways, before we get into the review, let's look at the box. As you can see, it is really nice. Of course, I don't really pay attention to the box, because it is just honestly something that's in the way, but it tells you everything you need to know and what to expect. And of course, here are some side profiles for Link. Honestly, it does look pretty good. And of course, taking a closer look at this guy, you can see the amazing detail that this guy has. Of course, the paint. Again, I've never really handled Figma before. I do have the Figma Skyward Sword link, so um, that is a little bit of a frame of reference of what I was gonna get or thought I was gonna get. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the chainmail that they added in the tunic is pretty cool. And of course, the paint is nice. Also, the arrow here. I thought that I forget what it's called. I know it's not a quiver, but the little holster thing for the arrows is a pretty nice addition, and I don't think it's removable at all. So just letting you guys know that if you guys want him in any sitting pose, it's kind of going to be impossible. And of course, let's take a look at the articulation. As you can see, he can move up about that far and look down about this far down. He can pivot, of course, which gives him more expressions for him to have, and he can look side to side as well. His arm, he can go about this far up on that shoulder. And of course, he does have butterfly joints, and he doesn't really have any bicep joints, but they like to do that thing where it's kind of like mixed. So yeah, just be aware of that. So it's not really a true bicep swivel, which is kind of lackluster, to be honest. He does have double joints, which is pretty cool. And of course, he does have that wrist articulation that can pretty much move anywhere side to side. He does also come with a diaphragm joint and a lower waist joint, so when combined together, he can move about this far, and of course that far back, and he can move a little bit side to side, and a little bit, you can rotate it a little bit too, so yeah. Also take note that he does have a pretty good range when it comes to the splits. He does have a drop down hip right here, so you can move him far, but the tunic honestly prevents it from going forward. He does have that nice bend at the knee right there. And of course, he does have a good pivot right there, and he does go down a little bit, not that much, and can go up as well. But he also does have that toe joint right there that we all like. So all things considered, I think the articulation is okay for the most part. It is better than what the previous links had from Figma, so keep that in mind. Uh, in retrospect, I think that this figure could have been better when it comes to the articulation, but more on that at the end of the video. Of course, he does come with a packet of instructions here, both in Japanese and of course in English. So I recommend you guys take a look at this just to get a reference of how he works. If you ask me, he is a little bit over-engineered. Of course, he does come with his accessories. Of course, he does come with this cape right here, which is a mixture of plastic and of course cloth. And it is pretty much a good material to have, so keep that in mind, guys. So it is pretty nice. The detail is nice there too. And of course he does come with a shield right here. I think that the paint job on this is pretty stellar, especially the metallic parts. Pretty nice. And of course here's the back, showing you guys all the little plug-in holes that you guys have to put. Again, I think that this figure is over-engineered, but it is what it is. Of course he does come with other expressions here. And here's the smiling one. And of course he does come with his sheath and his sword as well. I think that the sheath and the sword look pretty nice, but they are really easy to remove, so it doesn't stay on quite nicely, but it is fine. Of course he does come with a stand, and of course other set of hands, and of course another catalog here, and of course you get a baggie. So here is how to put on the sword. So it's not that complicated, but it is a little bit complex when you think about it. Different pieces have to be removed and plugged in, so yeah. It might be a little bit tedious. I tried to put this shield on camera, but it was a little bit too difficult with the camera in the way, so here it is what it looks like on that side. Overall, I think that this guy looks pretty awesome when he's all decked out in his gear. He does lose a little bit of articulation with that cape around the neck. Alright, so here are the size comparisons, guys. So here we have the Figma Skyward Sword Link next to the Tears of the Kingdom version. And here we have the Total Anime Yuji next to Link right here. And for figure arts, of course, we have Momo next to Link. We have the Kyoto Amazing Yamaguchi Batman next to Link right here. And of course we have the Jada Toys Cammy next to Link. Looks pretty nice, all things considered. And here he is with a Black Widow Marvel Legends. And of course we have Odious here next to Link. Joel and Ellie from Spin Master next to Link. So overall, I think that this is a pretty amazing figure, all things considered. But of course, he doesn't come without his flaws, so let's list those things off first. So I wish that he did come with some bicep swivels, and of course I do wish that he had more movement in the hips. That's mainly because of the tunic. But other than that, those are minor issues, so it is a flaw for me, but very minor though. And another con that he does have is that, of course, his torso or waist joint, it does become a little bit loose after you move it around a little bit too much. And the reason why that is because you're able to pop his torso up, because in the DX version he does come with an effect that makes it look like he's phasing through walls like he does in games, but that makes the figure suffer in looseness in the joints. So I don't know how worse it might get, allowing time to pass, so be wary of that. Another con is that he does run a little bit big, so he is bigger than your average Figma. I was kind of surprised how bigger he was than the Skyward Sword Link. So if that bothers you, maybe skip out on this guy, but yeah, he is a little bit bigger. I don't know why they made him that big, but he is big. But in terms of accessories, I don't really have any complaints. And of course, when it comes to paint and sculpt, it's all there. So yeah, I think that this is a awesome figure. So all things considered, I would rate this guy in 8.5 out of 10. Mainly because of, again, the issues when it comes to his waist joint and the articulation that around his arms. So other than that, no complaints. So yeah. Alright guys, that's gonna be for my review. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Definitely check out my other platforms like TikTok and of course Instagram. And yeah guys, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.